Welcome back, beautiful and amazing people. Doc Jinzo here with another duel video for you. Today we got a little bit of one in the backlog here because the one from the most current 3v3 big tournament is two very grindy decks, so a lot more editing is going to be involved there. But today we got live twins with Aaron on the right from Top Tier Gaming yugioh. Their link will be in the description below. Versus, I didn't really catch this guy's the guy on the left's name there, but he is going to be playing MACHINA, if you saw the thumbnail correctly. So let's go ahead and get into it. Going into Link Disciples here with Link Devotee. This combo is very good in the deck. It's very interesting, and it just nets you that free draw that you would want. And Evil Twin's very good at drawing. I will give it that. It is very good at drawing. Going into an IP Masquerena now. You can kind of see what's going on here on the screen, so we're going to do a little new-ish type of commentary here as Leela's summoned there with the nice little edits there. But we're going to go with a newer type commentary here, just going to comment on the decks, comment on the players themselves, since you can already kind of pretty much see what's going on the screen here. So, ki-sikil being summoned now, we're still going to talk about it a little bit. But anyways, Aaron, very good at Evil Twins. He's been playing him for a while now. He's kind of fallen off of him in favor of Dragon Maids nowadays. But it's definitely a good deck. It's definitely a very synergistic deck. I play it as well. The only issue I can find with the deck is that it doesn't auto-lose to Nibiru, but it's very, very hard to play through a Nibiru with Evil Twins, especially when they know when to stop you. And you can't play something like the Brave Engine nowadays in order to mitigate that, because Evil Twins, they definitely need their normal summon. Unless you had the extender in hand, you're basically going to be using your normal summon in order to bait out a lot of hand traps, which we just saw there with the Effect Veiler negating that gear frame there. Gear frame going to let him search for a Machina monster if it was successfully normal summoned and its effect was not negated. It looks like we're going to set 4 and activate a Lord of the Heavenly Prison in the hand. Lord of the Heavenly Prison, very good card this format. I don't see why not more people run it, aside from the price tag, obviously, because it's definitely gone up. Should have picked some up when it was cheaper, but yes, that card is very, very, very good. I might need to pick some up for my generator deck, in all honesty. But very good card, protects your back row, limiting their options. Basically, can't really Lightning Storm you, can't Harpies you, can't do all that. Now going into a Nightmare Unicorn on the Evil Twins side, let's see what he's going to try and shuffle back here, since Lord of the Heavenly Prison only prevents destruction, does not prevent shuffling, and does not prevent an evenly matched from going off as well. Evenly matched, very good this format as well. Breaks a lot of boards for sure. I think we might actually see that in this match later on, as he gets a draw for free off the co-link here, and then ki-sikil is going to get him another draw. That's just that draw power of Evil Twins there, folks. Just a lot of replenishing the hand if their effects go off, and just a lot of, like, if you know where to put your links and know where to co-link and everything, it's just such free value for sure. Just like Lord of the Heavenly Prison, it's really just one card protection for all your set spell traps. As we now go into Link 4 here, Trouble Sunny here. Trouble Sunny, very good card, very newer card. As you can see, he's got a Starlight there, nice flex in there with the max rarity Evil Twins, and my jealousy knows no bounds because I really want to max rarity that deck, but unfortunately, I am not made of money. And Aaron definitely put in a lot more effort into maxing his Evil Twin deck out, as opposed to me building like 90 other decks. But that being said, Trouble Sunny, again, very good card, just what Evil Twins needed, just what the Doctor ordered, especially in a format with like DPE, with just 3k beat sticks. Like, it definitely helps the deck get out of that Unchained Abomination cycle, as he activates it in battle phase to get that extra 1100 damage up there. Skill Drain is going to be activated though to mitigate the draw and the pop there. Skill Drain also at 3 this format, very good with Machinas. Machinas always activated in the hand or in the graveyard mostly, unless you're playing the Searcher cards that's not the spells. So they definitely synergize well with Skill Drain, much like Eldritch. It's not Eldritch Light per se, because they do have Ruin Force and everything, and some would argue it's a better Eldritch variant. I don't know, I think they're about equal, in all honesty. And speaking of powers of decks, we're going to have compulsory evacuation device here, targeting the Leela in order to put it back, and then Lord of the Heavenly Prison is going to get summoned here. But yes, going back to power of decks here, you see a lot of people, I saw some lists online claiming that Evil Twins were tier 1.5. I wouldn't necessarily call them tier 1.5, I call them 2, because they're just not quite there yet. They're very good, and they definitely can extend through a lot, but at the end of the day, if you lose the like 1 or 2 hand traps, if you brick that hard or something like that, then you're just having a bad day, and I wouldn't say you cross into that tier 1 or cross into that above tier 2 threshold unless you can play through a lot of hand traps. Like Nibiru, again, just breaks the deck. Like, there are ways to play through it, and you can put in some kind of janky swag in the deck that allows you to extend through Nib, and you can extend through Nib if they nib you at the wrong time, but if they nib you at the right time, which is usually just the default, you know, when you attempt to go into end phase and they're like into main Nibiru, it's very hard to come back from that for sure, especially in a deck like Evil Twins where you are locked into Fiends from the extra deck whenever you use their effects. You cannot play Brave because you need your normal summon. It's a very good deck, but it's also very restrictive in the amount of meta engines that it can play right now. Like DPE, you can't really use because you'd have to play Verte, but Verte's not a Fiend, so you can't grab him from the extra deck after you use the Evil Twin effects, etc., etc. Now, you'll see here that Aaron is playing the main deck Evil Twin to use for Trouble Sunny's effect to non-target send. That's a very good idea. It stinks whenever you open-hand it, but it also lends to a little bit of a funny OTK if they really have nothing to stop you there, because that thing can get up to 3,300 attack. It looks like another skill drain is going to be flipped there as well. But also, allowing him to keep some Evil Twins on the board and send a basically dead draw to his graveyard in order to get a non-target send effect is just... A non-target send effect by itself is incredible. The fact that he doesn't really need to use anything on field or in hand in order to proc that effect as well, because he's playing that big live Evil Twin, is just... It's just a very good situation to be in, as he now goes into another Trouble Sunny. Trouble Sunny, again, very reactive card, a very good card, especially with that graveyard effect. Also, seeing those 2 Starlights, again, just got me jealous for sure. Looks like Machina's struggling a bit here. Let's see if he can pull this out with 2 back row to 3 here. Looks like Machina redeployment's going to be activated. Ash is going to be chained. She's going to pop up at the end of the screen saying no there. Yeah, gonna be putting in a lot more edits in these videos, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, Aaron's been playing the deck for a while. Aaron's one of those people I found whenever I play against him, especially at tournaments and everything. He doesn't switch decks very often until he feels like he's mastered it to a degree, which he does tend to do with his decks as we go to game 2. He tweaks his deck, he goes over it to a degree and just keeps tweaking and tweaking until he gets it just right. And then after that, he'll move on to another project, which he's done with Dragon Maids. Dragon Maids very powerful right now. Looks like evenly matched, and then Dark Bribe. Never see that. Don't see that every day. Dark Bribe being chained to negate the evenly matched. Dark Bribe actually is pretty good this format as well, with all the back row going around. Then Sunny Snitch being activated. Let's see what he grabs from the deck. Whatever he grabs is going to be a collector's rare probably, or a Starlight if he grabs one of the extenders here. But yes, Aaron definitely knows his decks inside and out. He definitely knows how to play them just right, and that is reflected in his record whenever he's at locals, and just his reputation up there, and that he is the guy to beat. I'd say he's one of the guys to beat up there, as he normal summons a Leela here, and now he's going to go summon one of the pink ones. You can tell he's also one of the guys to beat because of the mat that he's using. He didn't win that as a door prize. He actually won that at a tournament, a legitimate tournament. Summon Limit being chained, though, on the other hand. Oh, Summon Limit, one of those floodgate cards that Evil Twins do not like for sure. Now, as you can see, he does have a droplet in the hand here. Let's see what he can pull off with it, as well as some of the other cards here. He also has got an Imperm. That Imperm can also help negate that Summon Limit. Looks like he put it in the column just for that purpose here. Now, the Sunny Snitch only procs if he controls an Evil Twin, not a Live Twin. So the burn effect will not be happening until he controls an Evil Twin. The burn effect also pretty good. It puts a little bit extra pressure on the opponent, especially if they're playing something like Prank Kids or something like that, where they just keep on summoning. And it just helps kind of calm them down on their turn to a degree whenever they want to combo. Looks like another Fortress is going to be summoned here, though, after disposing of a Metal Cruncher here. Looks like he's trying to go for that that little risky greed maneuver here to get the Fortress out as opposed to normally the Metal Cruncher to see if he can't get a search off it. We'll see if that pays off, though, here, as he has to pay 500 to swing, and then the ki-sikil is going to give Aaron 500 life points, but that is the ki-sikil Frost, so I'll have to change that in post here, or just ignore that in post to a degree. My apologies there. But yes, looks like Life Twin Hone's going to be chained on the effect here. Looks like he's going to summon from the deck. Let's see what he gets. Now you notice here, again, this is part of Aaron's experience here. You can tell he's going into Life Twin Home here, but he's not yet activating that Imperm, but Solemn Strike's going to be chained to it anyways, to the effect activation here. But you'll notice that he didn't activate that Imperm yet, because he knew he was still going to get 2 summons this turn and be able to link on the next turn. That just goes with the experience of the deck, and you don't want to waste your resources too much if you can, especially with a deck like Evil Twins. And as you can see, if the effects aren't going through here, the draws are not going to be as prevalent. Your hand's not going to be refilled as fast, and yeah, it's just going to be an overall bad time. But let's see if he can't pull this out. Looks like he can't. We're going to go to game 3 here. Alright folks, here we're in game 3. Let's go ahead and start us off with the Evil Twin being normal summon on the right there with Aaron. Now, if you see the Machina player playing, you'll see that it's very back row heavy, because they all activate in the hand or grave, and also Machina Redeployment is a fantastic card, letting you search 2 by discarding 1 on activation. You can add 2 monsters, or if you discard a Machina card, you can add 2 Machina cards, which is just very good searcher card for sure. It's like Generator Boss Quest to a degree. It's also like a bunch of those. Like any card that lets you search 2 is just fantastic in my opinion. Even the Reptilian spell. Reptilian spell has a lot of versatility. It's just the Reptilian monsters don't, except for that one that's an extender. Looks like Trouble Sunny's going to get summoned again. Nice Starlight there. The flex is real, and the flex is going to bring victory, I assure you. But again, you can see with Evil Twins, you can see how they really don't have an answer to the Nib for the most part. Especially because if the Nib is activated and chains the Trouble Sunny and gets the other 2 Evil Twins out, they won't get their effects activated because of the fact that they activate in a separate chain. But by the time the Nib chain resolves, they'll be gone, so they won't even be able to have the chance to activate, which means you won't get that extra draw and you won't get that extra pop. Looks like Ash is going to be chained to the Machina Redeployment again. You can see Aaron using that Ash every time Machina Redeployment is activated, just because of the fact that it is a stupid good card. He knows that Search 2 will basically just set up the opponent for the turn, and it's just astounding. In phase, looks like Trouble Sunny is going to be activated here, letting him get a draw and a pop. You can see this. You can see the cycle coming through here, but it looks like he won't be able to get the pop because, again, Lord of the Heavenly Prison protects that back row. Very good card, very decent card. And being able to set any spell trap from your deck on summon as well is just it's a crazy card, I'll just say that. Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Konami has been printing pretty crazy cards, especially with Labyrinth coming out soon, and also Mr. Rune. It's definitely going to be an interesting format for sure, and more interesting than it already is, in that it's I don't know the word to describe it in all honesty, but we'll see what happens here with the compulsory evacuation device targeting the Leela, and then the Lord of the Heavenly Prison is probably going to summon itself from hand here once the set card's activated. But it looks like he's going to chain the Leela effect, and then the Ice Dragon's Prison is going to be chained, targeting the ki-sikil, and then it looks like he's going to banish them both. That's really going to hurt Aaron here in the long run, because of the fact that you want all your Evil Twins, like, if your Evil Twins have to be taken off the board, you want them in the grave, because of the fact that the Link 2s can bring themselves back. So if you're able to play through it, you have that, you're able to bring back the other ones and basically go into your other place here, as he basically goes into the same play that he made turn 1, basically stacking his graveyard once again with the Evil Twins. The IDP didn't really affect him at all. Looks like he had the starter in his hand that he needed here. because again, that draw power in the deck is just crazy. Looks like he drew the main deck Evil Twin, though. That's kind of a bad thing, because you really don't want to see that in your opening hand. And Trouble Sunny, this showcases why Trouble Sunny in the deck is very good, because, again, they needed that beat stick. Because Lord of the Heavenly Prison is a 3k beat stick, and you don't want to waste your pop for sure, especially on something like that, whenever you can just beat over it with a 3300 attack point monster. Looks like he's going to activate that Sunny Snitch now to get a search. Some people would save their searchers for the next turns, but the fact that Sunny Snitch also burns the opponent just adds that extra pressure, which definitely can help, and also helps in time because you gain life points whenever they lose, which is very, very nice. And as you can see here, it looks like the opponent's top decking, and Aaron is... his hand's pretty much stacked here, so let's see if the opponent top decks anything that can help. And it looks like he set a card, so it looks like there's something there that can happen, but that card's going to get popped by the Leela and the ki-sikil combo with the Trouble Sunny, which, again, speaks to the power of Trouble Sunny, adds that extra pop, adds that extra pressure that Evil Twins needed. And yeah, it looks like this is pretty much going to be game here. You can see he also open-handed a Pointer of the Red Lotus, which is very interesting. I didn't expect to see that in his hand there, but I guess that does speak to Aaron knowing the weaknesses of the deck as well as the strengths. A Pointer of the Red Lotus, very good in the deck for the sole reason of getting the nib out of their hand, especially whenever you're going, even though it's a trap card and you're going first, getting that nib out their hand for follow-up plays just in case they have it is just astounding. And yeah, looks like that's going to be game there. Evil Twins take the match.